takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a field back block, and that's
He's the guy that throws his body around.
Mud Drop Sports. Steel City Live.
What is up, everybody? Good to see you all in the chat. Good to see you all in the show. Truly appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining us for another show. Thank you for joining us yesterday with Big B and Big G. We truly appreciate you guys for joining us with that. Also, just another fun show to do, man. Truly appreciate you guys. But we are going to dive in and talk some Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's what we're going to do here today. So make sure you guys join us, definitely. We truly appreciate that. I'm trying to fix some of these banners real quick. Definitely. There we go. I got it. Okay. I just wanted to fix all that stuff. But make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat. We truly appreciate you guys. Josh might stop in to produce for us, so we'll see if he does, so you won't see my fat fingers slamming down on there. What's up, Za? What's up, Big JD? What's up, Kodak? Good to see you guys in the chat. Definitely good to see all some real OGs in the chat here of the show. Definitely good to see you guys. Hey, Big Za. That's all right, man. Catch that big replay, baby. We appreciate you, Za. Kodak, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up, man? Happy Thursday. We're going to dive into, guys. I want to talk a lot about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you hear a lot about the identity. There is no identity for this football team. I think that to be actually false in my eyes, because the Steelers are rumored to be interested in a trade with the Miami Dolphins for a tight end, a Pro Bowl tight end. His name's eluding me real quick. Let me look it up. Sorry, guys. I always forget names. I'm bad with names. But yeah, they're interested in that, and that's showing you some stuff. And I definitely want to talk to you about that type of stuff, the trade, things of that nature. Interest in a trade and what that means for the Steelers, man. And it's showing you what this team wants to be here in 2025. Kodak says, have you heard about you guys attempting to trade for Jonah Smith? Yeah. For the from the Dolphins via Adam Schefter. Yeah, I've heard that, Kodak. Thank you for bringing his name up. What's up, AK? And that tells you what this team wants to be, guys. What does this team want to be? It wants to be a physical bunch of football, or brand of football. It wants to be able to run the football, and it wants to be able to utilize the tight ends inside of the pass game. That's exactly what this team wants to be. And you look at the addition of DK Metcalf over the summer, and I'm talking offensively, and that's where we're talking identity. We know the identity they're looking for defensively, and that's knock the shit out of you type football, beat you up. Yes, exactly what Kodak says here. Gritty, absolutely gritty, man. And that's exactly what they want to be on defense. We know that. But when you talk about this Steelers team and you talk about what they want to be offensively, it's just that. It's big tight end play. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to utilize the play action pass to hit the big play. And again, you see the addition of DK Metcalf. What does that do for you? That gives you a big physical wide receiver that can go over the middle, that can go after those 50-50 balls, that can play physical in the run game, that can do the things necessary to play bully ball offensively. And that's what they want to do. The addition of Caleb Johnson, the addition again of Jaylen Warren and being in the backfield, Kenneth Gainwell, just redoing that backfield. They want to be able to run the ball effectively with good change of pace backs, guys that can run and fit inside of the Arthur Smith zone run scheme, and tight ends that can also play inside of this Arthur Smith scheme. The schematics of Arthur Smith are telling you exactly what they want to do. They want to use 3 tight end sets. This, though, if they do trade for Smith, this might spell the end of Darnell Washington, or maybe Fram is out, or maybe Connor Hayward doesn't make the football team. Because I really think what they would do is keep Smith, Pat Fryermuth, and Darnell Washington as their three lead dogs inside of that tight end room, and then add Donald Fram Jr. To that fourth spot to keep and play special teams and come in and be a big body wide receiver also. I think that's exactly what they want to do. Jeff brings up a good one. Jeff Mars says, miss the days of 10-minute drives. Absolutely, Jeff. You want to have that dominant way of football. That's a dominating brand of football. That's a physical brand of football. And that's absolutely what the Steelers, I think, are aiming to do here. I think that's what they want to do. Get back to those days of those 10-minute drives. And I got to mention this. I got to say this too. That's maybe slightly outdated, but I got to say this on the other side of the coin there. Yes, it's an outdated way of thinking in terms of today's NFL, but if you look at football at its purest state, what wins? Dominating inside of the trenches, both on defensively, offensively. That always is the recipe for success. And running the football aggressively, being able to run really well is still very important. And I know a lot of fans think that's super outdated, which, yeah, it's outdated maybe thinking-wise because this is a pass-happy league. But if you look at every team that has been able to win the championship over the last several years, every team has been a highly effective running football team. That's truth. That is exactly what they've been able to do. And that's not going to change, guys. You have to be able to run the football well. You have to be able to utilize the play action pass. That's how you keep defenses guessing. They have to respect the run. They have to be able to play the run, but yet they still have to respect that pass game because you can pull it out at any time. And you need players like DK Metcalf to be able to go over the middle. Oh, and then adding all these types of tight end guys, these big body guys that you want to be able to utilize inside of the 30 and in, and be real aggressive with those 50-50 balls, utilizing the middle of the field, utilizing those quick out patterns, those quick slants to those tight ends, getting them involved in the pass game, man. And that's exactly what you're going to see from this Steelers team. The recipe's been laid out for you all. That's exactly what the Steelers want to do. Be very gritty on the offensive side of the football. And they want that offensive line too. Broderick Jones losing 20 pounds. B brought that up yesterday. 20 pounds is big, and you're seeing what exactly they want to do there. They want those offensive linemen to be highly athletic, be able to get downfield. What was Troy Fautanu's specialty? What was he praised for coming out of the draft in 2024? What was he praised for? I know. It was being able to get to the second and third levels as an offensive lineman. That was his big thing. That's what people loved about him. That's what people loved about Zach Frazier, too, as a center. These guys that don't quit on plays, that are highly athletic, bigger body guys, but highly athletic, not super fat, not nothing like that. These guys are muscle-bound, athletic, big dudes that can get down the field, get into that second and third level, and continue to plow the way for these zone run scheme running backs that are going to be running the football and toting the rock for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Jets fan here. I hope AR doesn't alienate the team like he did with us. He's not even here, Jack. And I appreciate your comment, definitely, man, and thanks for joining us. But he's not a football player on the Steelers. He's not listed on this roster. Until he's here, that problem isn't a problem of ours. If you're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's not a problem that we have to deal with at all. We'll go back. AK Davis, thank you so very much. Super chat coming in. Let's give AK a round of applause. Thank you, AK. Yeah, we love those super chats, guys. Make sure you are definitely considering that. We always appreciate that. Thank you very much. Super chats definitely are helping this channel take that next step, man. We're about to add new computers, new mics, and this type of stuff. These super chats, they help so much, man. And this has been a great month for us here at Mike Drop Sports. We've been gaining a lot of ground, and man, wait till you see what Jay Hook and I have in store Jay Hook's been really helping with the producing and really the technical stuff. And we have some stuff in store for you that is going to blow you away. And this show is going to be second to none. I can promise you that. And it's going to be not only great in that aspect, but it's going to be personable to you and give you guys a sense of feeling like you're home, bullshit and talking about football. Again, super chat from our boy A.K. Davis coming in with the super chat says, I hope Rodgers does not like this ground and pound offense, so that keeps him away. Absolutely, AK. I think a lot of people in the building don't really want him there. And that's just the facts, man. No doubt about it. Kodak says, keep it simple. Short passes with consistent running the ball. Use play action to attack deep. Most importantly, they want to keep their defense on the sideline. Absolutely. And time of possession is huge, man. And the end of your comment there is so very important, Kodak. Keeping an opposing offense on the sidelines is the absolute best defense for any football team. Limiting opportunities, man. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers defensively, being able to be fresh in the fourth quarter and that's the real key for guys like TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith to be able to pin their ears back and go get the quarterback. That's when the Steelers are at their best. When that defense is fresh in the fourth quarter, they're not worn down to a nub because they've just had to win 5 ball games and bail the team out because there's no offense. I don't see that recipe happening this year, guys. Regardless of who plays quarterback in the city of Pittsburgh this year, whether it be Mason Rudolph, whether it be Will Howard, whether it be Aaron Rodgers, this football team is going to be highly effective offensively. And I know people are going to argue and say, Jason, you're absolutely crazy, but I'm telling you, you can choose to believe me if you want. This team got a nice roster, man. If you look at it top to bottom, you look at it in a real intimate way and dissect this roster. This team is no slouch, man. This roster is I've got to say, in the top 10 of the NFL roster-wise, in my opinion, if you're going to exclude the quarterback position in my eyes. If you're just talking about players on this roster, I love it, man. It's a top 10 roster in my eyes, and I don't think Mason Rudolph's bad. I think he can win games. He's a 10-game guy. He's going to win you 10 games, and if he gets on a hot streak, he might win you 11 or 12. I mean, that's just the type of player he is. And, you know, he's humble. He's smart. What's not to like about him? The dude's not bad. You don't have to go into a Sunday game, Monday game, Thursday game, whatever. You don't go into those games thinking you're going to lose with Mason Rudolph at the helm. You just don't. Yeah, if he comes, Jack, you're right. Yeah, if you're right, man. They're probably going to roll out with a young QB and don't want that much pressure on them, whether it's Mason Rudolph or Will Howard. They don't want them feeling like a sitting duck, asked Drake May. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case either. I think this offensive line, if it works the way it should, I mean, this offensive line is poised to have a really good year, man. They have really a ton of young talent all over the place on this offensive line. And they're high caliber guys. They're not just slouch picks. They're not just slouch guys, man. And when Broderick Jones loses those 20 pounds and he's been at the facility constantly, he has told you just what he thinks of 2025. I want to be here, man. I want to be here, definitely. And I want to be. Hey, what's up, Josh? I see you in there, man. Add to stream. Hold on, Josh. There we go. Sorry. There we go. Sorry, man. Josh came in. I wanted to add him in there, so he was in there. All right. Sorry, I got it good. We're all good. Thank you, Josh. Also, there we go. I'm down at the bottom of the chat, so if I missed your chat, guys, Josh can either bring it up or you can put it back in. Yeah, we did the super chat. Yes, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's absolutely cool, man. Yes, I love that comment. Sleeping Lady, what's up? Definitely good to see you all. Thanks to Josh for getting back in there. J Hook for producing, man. Again, we're bringing this quality up, man. And we appreciate the super chats. We appreciate everything you guys have done for us so far along our journey, man. It's been absolutely amazing, man, what you guys have been able to do. And it's just been, it's been beautiful, guys. It has been beautiful and definitely something awesome to see grow. But again, memberships, 99 cents a month. Make sure you get those. We are at 100 members. Thanks to JD for getting us boosted. And JD, we are officially at 100 members, man, and we appreciate that. Definitely, you played a big role in that, given those memberships. So now our next goal will be to hit 200 paid members. You know what's crazy about YouTube? 100 paid members only pays you $50. And do the math, 99 cents a month, that's $100. That tells you how much YouTube takes. They take $44 out of 100. Ain't that some crazy shit? Man. AK says, I hope this year for Mason is like the opportunity Geno Smith had in his career. Absolutely, AK. I agree. I think this could be that for Mason Rudolph. Just that. And I think Mason Rudolph could come out and wow some people like he did in 2023. If you weren't wowed by Mason Rudolph's performance in 2023, you don't know football. I hate to be a dick and I hate to be an asshole, but you just don't know what you're looking at. And I'm being honest. It's big, man. What Mason did in 2023 was huge. A guy that was shoved down to the depths of the depth chart, man. You couldn't get no deeper down on the depth chart than what Mason Rudolph was in 2023. And what did he do? Nothing but keep his mouth shut, stay a great teammate, and come in and kick absolute freaking ass all over the place, baby. That's exactly what he did. Exactly. Another super chat coming in. Absolutely. Love it, our boy. Hey. Thank you, man. Thank you, AK. Just want to say thanks for all you do with this channel. Thank you, AK Davis. Thank you so very, very much. And we want to thank you for doing everything you do for the channel, too. And all of you out there in the mic drop mafia world. We appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate these super chats, guys. I'm so humbled when you give them, man, because you guys work so hard for your money. For you to give me money for doing this, it is absolutely humbling. And man, I can't say enough of how generous that is and how thoughtful it is on you guys and what that shows from you guys, how great of people you all are here in this community, man. That's one thing we got here at Mike Drop Sports. We may not have the big, massive 50,000 subscribers or anything like that. But I got to say, we got a tight knit, loyal, good group of solid football fans and football fans from all walks of life. And that's very important, man. Absolutely. Craig Warlow, what do you think about Adam Schefter report to the Steelers trying to trade for Miami tight end Jonnu Smith? If it happens, does Pat get traded for another player? Absolutely not, Craig. We talked about it earlier. You just must have jumped in, but I only touched on it briefly. What it means is it's showing you exactly what the Steelers want to do. They want to utilize the tight ends in a monster way here in 2025. And all this is going to do is add a three-headed monster in the city of Pittsburgh. And the two players that are going to be battling out for that third part of the three-headed monster is going to be Donald Fram Jr. and Darnell Washington. That's what that addition would mean. If you add Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a Pro Bowl caliber tight end, coupling him with Pat Freiermuth. And guys, I got to mention this, the only Pro Bowler from the Miami Dolphins in 2024. So definitely he was a key piece to that Miami offense, regardless of who was playing quarterback. He was a consistent, steady presence for that football team. And that's super important, man, when you're bringing a tight end. You want that consistency. You want a guy that you can lean on in the big moments. You want a guy that can just grind out and move the chains over and over and over. And I think that's what a guy like Smith brings you. And especially when you put him in an offense like Arthur Smith, man, definitely think there's big things for success here. And the odd man out, It's going to be a guy like Connor Hayward or a Donald Fram. Those will be the odd guys out, or a Darnell Washington. That's probably the guy. And I love Big Darnell. He's an extension of the offensive line, but they haven't been able to incorporate him inside of the pass game just yet in his career. Very young career, and he has a lot of potential, but that potential hasn't been uncapped in the city of Pittsburgh just yet. And he may be the guy that ends up being the casualty, but I seem to think that it'll be more of the Freiermuth, Smith, Big Darnell, that type of three-headed monster at the tight end position. And if you remember a football team from years back, guys, named the New England Patriots, and they had Aaron Hernandez, and they had Rob Gronkowski, and what two great tight ends were able to do for that football team over that course of that time frame that they all played together. What having two great tight ends on the football field at one time was able to unleash for the New England Patriots. It has to be exciting for you as a Steeler fan, because that's exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers would get. What does the Steelers have to give up to get him? Well, what's the asking price? He's a Pro Bowl type guy. I would say a third round pick, maybe fourth round pick. No higher than that in my eyes. I think it's a third, probably fourth. That's probably what it is. And what are the Miami Dolphins really interested in right now? They are probably interested in gaining a player because that roster's a little light. So maybe they give a player. Maybe a player's traded. Maybe they trade a tight end to the Miami Dolphins. Maybe Fram goes there. Maybe Darnell goes there. Maybe they ship Connor Hayward out, a guy that's listed as a tight end / fullback. Maybe they're interested in him, but their roster's a little bit light down there in Miami. I was at one point this offseason wondering how in the hell they were going to field a football team down there. They are in salary cap hell. They're in roster hell, and they're trying to work their way out of it. And I think they've done a fine job in attempting to get out of it. But now they're going to start unleashing players. You talk about guys that they've already got, rumored to be getting rid of, the Hills, the Ramseys, those players, and now you look at Smith, the tight end. They're going to unload some players because they got to regenerate some depth down there. They got to give themselves some financial flexibility down there. And moving on from players is the only answer for them at this point to make those things happen and to rebuild that roster. So I'm saying third, fourth, maybe. Just off the top of my head, he's a Pro Bowl caliber guy. He's not bad. It's not like you're going to get him for a seventh round pick or something. And again, I haven't done enough research into it, but my initial gut check, third, fourth, probably area. And when I say third, fourth area, that means maybe a late third, early fourth, maybe a late fourth even. It could be anywhere in that ballpark. All right, guys, make sure you put your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat as we are kicking it off here on Steel City Live. JD, I put the chat or the font up to 5 tonight, so make sure that's good enough for you guys all to read. I want you guys to be able to see it because I think it is a cool feature. But definitely make sure you guys are sharing the show. It's very important right now as we switch over to this new format to share the show. We've been doing a great job, guys. Great job, man. But I want to start getting that share back and start seeing some more of the OGs back in the chat. There's one of them right there. Robert Road in the house. Robert Rhodes says strange move. Steelers don't need a tight end. And I can agree with you. I think they're okay there. I think that there's some good talent there, definitely. But I think it isn't strange if you're trying to do what Arthur Smith wants to do, and that is utilize the tight end in a big, big way. And when you have a chance to add a Pro Bowl caliber player, a guy that, and I know the Pro Bowl don't mean a ton nowadays, it just doesn't, but the game really doesn't. But it's still an accolade saying you're one of the better players in the league that gets invited to that, gets a Pro Bowl nod. And anytime you can get a chance to add a guy that, is a contributor, a guy that's a Pro Bowl caliber guy, you do it. And when you just signed Pat Freiermuth, I understand. They paid him a bag, but if you can bring a guy like Smith in and possibly create a two-headed, a three-headed real monster in that tight end room, I think it opens up a world of offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I think it improves them significantly. Yeah, I would like to see offensive line depth be added. I think that's a key. But let's face the facts, guys. Nobody's trading offensive linemen that are of importance. They're just not. If you do get somebody, it's going to be a run of the mill average guy, and they have enough draft capital that they can get that at any time. So if you have a chance to add a player like Smith, you freaking do it, baby. You do it. And I can see Robert why he says it. Definitely. I can see it. And definitely a guy, Robert knows his shit, but I have to disagree on you with this one. I think it'd be a good move. I don't think it would be a strange move. Hey! Super chat coming in from our man JD. Thank you, JD, in the house. The chat is great. Thank you, JD, for a super chat. Much, much, much appreciated, man. So far, the super chats have been absolutely amazing. Thank you, AK. Thank you, JD. AK's already given 2 super chats tonight. JD with the super chat tonight. We truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are making this month one of the best here at Mike Drop Sports, man. And you're contributing, guys, right now to the computer fund. That's the new thing, I think. The computer or the new webcam. One of the two. Probably both. But and lights. We're buying lights tomorrow. So lights are on the agenda tomorrow. New lights. They're going to be pretty cool. Pretty awesome. But thank you again, JD. Thank you, Deet. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Mark Malone says, yeah, we'll draft a guard in the early/mid rounds next year. Yeah, and you're going to have to start looking at replacing, Isaac Seumalo. And again, offensive line depth's very important. But you have guys like Spencer Anderson around still, et cetera, et cetera. You have some guys there that can play, but you have guys in front of them that you're highly confident in also. But again, there's just some more depth that needs to be added along that offensive front. It's just something that you want to see, no doubt about it. But man, you can add a guy like Smith. I think you do it. I think it makes you a lot better offensively. Craig Warlow says last night's show with Big G and Big B was great. Thank you, Craig. We appreciate that, man. Make sure you guys show them some love also. We truly appreciate it. Those are a couple good guys, so we try to help each other out for sure. Steve Carpenter, black and gold lights. We'll be able, I think, to adjust whatever color, but yeah, we're going to have, they're like tent lights, so they're like pretty big. So we'll have a good light set here. J-Hook's got it all under control, man. So definitely Josh is helping me out with all that stuff, and we're getting it done. So we'll see. We'll see what it can do. I don't know if it can. Josh could answer you in the chat from the Mike Drop Sports account if they are able to do it. I can't remember. Deet says, Ravens playing Steelers again in Week 18. Lamar's record soon to be positive. He got a long way to go, Deet, to make his record even, 500 for the Steelers. What's he got? 4 wins career against them. He's a second contract guy. I mean, is that something, you want to brag about if you're a Ravens fan? Not a $52 million a year quarterback that has 4 wins against your biggest division rival. And that's not impressive, it's just not. Sorry. Big Ben Roethlisberger's record against the Baltimore Ravens, the biggest divisional rival for the Steelers during Ben Roethlisberger's tenure, definitely wasn't a bad one. So, you look at that. That tells you what a franchise quarterback does. And that's exactly it. AK Davis says, when people don't expect much from the Steelers, that's when they surprise everyone. Gotta say this, AK, they've been dogged this offseason, and I'm not sure what these so-called experts are looking at. I'm not sure. Again, I've watched a lot of ball. You guys have watched a lot of ball. I don't see it, man. I'm not saying they're Super Bowl caliber team, but it wouldn't shock me if they push for it. I mean, honestly, and I know that's being bold because this team hasn't won a playoff game in a fucking decade. But guess what, guys? This is a good roster, and I want you to be prepared for that. And that's why. Why do you think they went out and gobbled Mason Rudolph up? It wasn't because they were desperate. That wasn't the case. They understood that he can win ball games and that he's steady Eddie and that he can play and he's going to win and he gives you a chance to win and he gives you a chance to win in the playoffs too. That's why they hurried up and gobbled him up because they know what kind of roster this football team it was going to have and what they do have. And they definitely can make some noise. And they don't need superstar quarterback play to be really, really good this year. And that's the thing that I don't think a lot of fans are taking in. The Steelers do not need superstar quarterback play to win in 2025. They don't need it. They just need average to good, steady quarterback play. They just need a quarterback in there that's not going to lose you the game. That's all they need, guys. That's all they need. They have the makings of a good defense, and they have the makings of a pretty damn good offense. And I understand they need a wide receiver too. I get it. But I think DK Metcalf and a stable of thoroughbred tight ends linked with Calvin Austin, and maybe you get the emergence of Roman Wilson, I think they'll do just fine. Not to mention the run game with Caleb Johnson and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Donald Miller in the house? Good to see you guys. Make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat. We truly appreciate all that. Oh, Josh did, so they don't do the black and gold. That'd be cool. Maybe we can, you know what we could do, Josh? Put filters on them. How they used to do it old school, when the old school lights back in the day for theaters and things, how they changed the color and the hue of the light was they put a piece of plastic in front of it and changed the hue that way. So maybe we can do something like that to make some things in the background. Never know, man. Never know. Never know. We're ready, baby. We're ready. Can't wait. This is gonna be, guys. You guys are in the first 5,000 subscribers of this channel, and we're almost there, guys. I want to thank everybody that became a new subscriber last night. We are about to hit 4,600 subscribers here on the channel, and I know that may not seem like a lot to many, but that is a solid base of football fans that are here each and every day talking football. And everybody may not be able to catch the show live, but they can catch it after it uploads. And definitely join in the conversation. So I get so many people that'll be like putting comments in and be like, "Where's the chat?" You're watching the replay, baby. Pete says Lamar gonna be hoisting that Lombardi in 9 months. Yeah, I ain't buying it, Deet. I ain't buying it, brother. I love the way you support your team, though, Deet. You're a diehard, bro, definitely. But man, you're a delusional diehard. All right, guys, keep them coming. Keep the chats coming. We are talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers here today, and anything else you want to talk about in the chat. But we are talking about the Steelers do have an identity, man. Absolutely, Donald Miller. Here we go. What's up, sleeping lady? The Steelers do have an identity here in 2025, and they are screaming out to you very clearly exactly what they want to be, who they want to be, what kind of football team they want to be in 2025. And for all the people out there saying they don't have an identity, they're batshit crazy. This team has basically showed everybody their hand of what they want to be in 2025. And they've said it. You've heard the early interviews at OTAs with Mason Rudolph. We want to run the football. We want to utilize the play action pass. We want to be a physical football team offensively. It's exactly what they say. Sleeping lady, this Steelers team looks good this year. We love proving the national media wrong every year. Makes the wins more special, being underdogs. Absolutely, man. I love being the underdog. Nothing better, guys, than having a good underdog story. Nothing better than that. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. But nothing better than having a good underdog story. Absolutely. I agree with you, sleeping lady. Deet says, could have grown up, got a job, and had a kid within the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl. Yeah, Cowboys suck. Yeah, they suck. I agree. Rob Lightfoot, if the Ravens can win a Super Bowl with Trent Ferris Dilfer, the Steelers can win with Mason Rudolph. Excellent point, man. Excellent point, Rob. I got to say this. I think it's a good point. But, man, this is a vastly different ball game than what it was during the Trent Ferris Dilfer era of football. You can't win exactly that way anymore. Not in this league. It's a little too high powered now in terms of offensive weapons, man. You see every year, guys. And you want to know another thing, and this is interesting when you talk about the George Pickens trade. You look at the amount of wide receivers that come out of the draft every single year. It's almost becoming like the running back position. Yeah, if you get a generational talent, you pay them, you keep them, man. If they're one of those elite talents, yes. But in reality, there's so much talent that comes out of the draft. There's always somebody in free agency, always somebody available via trade. You don't have to overpay for anybody, and you don't have to be keeping people that are distractions. You just don't have to keep them around, man. Mason Brent Rudolph the third. I didn't know he was the third. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. All right, guys, make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the chat. We truly appreciate that. Thank you for everybody watching. What's up, Daniel Warman in the house? Good to see you, man. Man, I hope you're feeling all right now. Hope you're all right, Daniel. Prayers to you, man. I want to also, man, we haven't seen our boy Downtown John Broadway in a while. And I think he's still battling some health stuff. So I'm going to reach back out to him, see if Tom Ford's heard anything from him, and check on our boy Downtown. Make sure you're continuing to pray for him. Russ Obenstein, make sure you're praying for him. Yeah, definitely make sure you're praying for all the OGs that have been having some health issues. Or being sick like Daniel, make sure you keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and make sure that you're definitely keeping them in your thoughts, because that's very, very important. And all things are possible through prayer, man. I promise you. I really feel like that's the truth. All right, guys. I think I'm caught up in, man. I'm caught up in the chat. You know how great it is to have Josh producing, because I can be caught up in the chat because I'm not sitting here going back and forth trying to catch up, doing supers and stuff. It makes it a lot better, man. It makes it to where I can actually just talk football. So that's definitely very important. But we're talking so much about this football team during OTAs here now. The hype is getting ramped up. Everybody's getting excited again. Everybody's getting fired up for football, man. And I know we're about to go through, after you have the mandatory mini camp in June. After you have that, you're gonna have a period of time before training camp where it's like a football desert. You're not gonna have really anything. You're not gonna have much to talk about. That's when we get our vacations and shit in. That's when we get ready for training camp to enter Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and St. Vincent's College, and you smell the grass and the sights and the sounds and the fans, and you're going to get a lemonade there from the food area, and there's 10,000 freaking yellow jackets all flying around to the lemonade. Nothing like it. Nothing like it in sports. But man, you're going to have that down period, but this is an exciting time. You hear a lot of people right now talking about performances at OTAs. I heard something that I thought wasn't true. I thought he was doing okay, but the first day of OTAs, Will Howard was supposedly overthrowing people, so I've been getting some emails about that from some fans. But guys, don't be concerned about that. That was the first time, and supposedly he's done quite well after that. So again, it's football in shorts. They're out there to hammer down key points schematically. They're out there trying to get some chemistry. There's no hitting. There's no nothing like that. So we got to be patient with the process too. And we can't over hype certain portions of the off season, and we can't understate certain portions of the off season. We have to realize that this is part of a giant puzzle, man, and that every piece plays a role into what this Steelers team is going to be in 2025. And you have to pay close attention to that, man. You have to pay close attention to every portion. Some may be more important than others, but man, OTAs, mini camps, you just know that Latrobe is around the corner, man. Uh, Prediction: Holcomb will win comeback defensive player of the year. That's from Rob Lightfoot. Hey, I hope so, Rob. I hope that your prediction comes true because that spells what for the Steelers? Great things because that would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. Deet says, heard about Tyreek talking smack on the rookies and saying when they told him he got traded, felt like he definitely will get traded now. I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to the Dolphins very much, and I didn't see that. So if he did, it's kind of shitty. Um, those guys are there to do a job. They're rookies. They're trying to get acclimated. And as a veteran, yeah, you can give them a little razzing, and you can, you know, welcome them to the team in a brotherly way. But if you're being stupid about it, it just creates real distension through the ranks, man, and creates a bad environment for your football team. And that's not what you're looking for if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris says, Jason, I heard that wide receiver Roman Wilson and Brandon Johnson were standouts at OTAs today. You know, maybe, Chris. I don't classify as anybody's standouts in OTAs. I think you take away from it what it is. It's a practice session. It's football in shorts and a helmet, and it's important. I agree. It means something. And like I just said, some portions weigh more than others. But I just want this from them. I want them to come out very healthy. And I want guys like you just mentioned, Chris, Roman Wilson, Brandon Johnson, guys like that. I want people to say, man, they look good today. I'm not so much in like, oh, they're the best player on the football field, blah, blah, blah. Again, it is what it is. But I want to hear those comments keep coming out, Chris. I want to hear those to keep pouring out of that story or of that media room each and every day. I want to hear Roman Wilson looks like he's looking a lot better. But we heard all these things last year during OTAs and mini camps, guys. That's what I'm saying. Some of these storylines are just regurgitated from 2024. He looked good during that time too. But what happened? Injuries, fell behind. They weren't confident enough in his knowledge of the offense to get him out there. So things happen. But I want to continue to hear that, Chris. And I hope you are absolutely right. And I hope they continue to stand out here over and over. What's up, J Rod? Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Definitely, guys. We've been getting a lot more attention in this new format. We used to get, a lot of people come through in the vertical presentation, a lot of different people, but definitely we've been starting to gain some traction again now that we switched. And I know it's difficult anytime you switch, but we've been starting to gain some traction again. You guys like to chat up, so very important moving forward, guys. And I need your help. This is a call to action to the mic drop mafia out there. All you people, whether you're a Steeler fan or not, you just come in here to bullshit about football. I need you to share and I need you to hit that like button. Those are two very important things that I need from you each and every day. And I need that to be super consistent and I need it more than ever, man. It's a definite call to action for you guys. Deep. Feel like I'd rather be a 7th round pick. Being one of those high picks must suck. One mini mistake and media will pick it out. And that's the world we live in, D. The constant media cycle. And I'm part of it, talking about it. I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit separated from the media that has to follow all the rules. I don't have to. I can say what I want. The Steelers don't dictate what I say or what I can report on. None of that stuff. So, I'm a little bit separated from that. But yeah, you're exactly right. But here's the real kicker of it all. It doesn't matter what round pick you are. You just heard Chris say Johnson, a receiver that's, been around a little bit, hasn't been able to really get many reps inside the actual real games. But, people are saying he's a standout today, or you're a forgotten name. But if you go out there and you make a bonehead mistake, I don't care if you're undrafted rookie free agent. The media is going to point it out, and that's the world we live in. It's a 24 hours a day news cycle. I mean, for God's sakes, yesterday there was 20 live streams dedicated to Todd Chrisley getting out of prison in Pensacola, Florida. I mean, that's the type of world we live in. It is constant coverage, man. And you are right. That can be very taxing on a professional athlete when you make one minor mistake and the media is going to eat you up. And half of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. And let's be real honest about it. Half of them are people that never played the game, don't know really much about the game. They're asking dumb questions when it's a media scrum, and they're out there bashing a player for making some simple mistake that, to be quite frank, probably happens a lot. You know, all of us that have been around the game of football a ton in our life, you know, guys are going to make mistakes, you know, but that's why this is the ultimate team game. When one player makes a mistake, the other guys pick them up. And, but it is what it is. So, yeah. The ultimate, the unmitigated disaster. What's up, man? Do you think we'll ever see Darnell Washington see what he can really do with that huge frame of his? I feel like he could be a beast with jump balls. I think you've seen it and very limited, opportunity, no doubt. But I think you're going to continue to see more and more of the same. Maybe he gets increased inside of the pass game a little bit, and maybe he, becomes involved more in pass sets instead of anytime he's out there. Teams know that they're going to run the football because they can't utilize a guy like that. They ain't got no use for a guy that, oh, he's in, they're going to run. You can't have that. Not in today's NFL. I don't care if you want to be a pass or a run heavy football team or not. You can't have that. You got to be able to keep defenses guessing. But I'm not sure. You hear the rumors about Jonnu Smith and the Steelers possibly making a trade with the Miami Dolphins for him. You wonder where that leaves Darnell. In my eyes, I think it moves him down to the third spot where he'll battle it out with Donald Fram Jr. for that third spot. And I think whoever wins that creates a three-headed monster at the tight end position for the Steelers, which really could pay monster dividends, man. And I think they can still create that with Fram and, Darnell and Pat Freiermuth. I think they could still do that. But again, a Pro Bowl guy coming into the fold, just, man, hard to pass up. Very hard to pass up. Let me get a drink here, guys. Not sure the Steelers have any great players except for TJ Watt. Steelers of 2000s and the 70s had so many Hall of Famers, Jumpin' Joe. Yeah, I get it, but nobody knew those players were going to be Hall of Famers until, they are deep into their dynasty type run or whatever, deep into the run of their career. When that 70s team was first, put together, nobody knew that there was going to be a shit ton of Hall of Famers, coming from those drafts. Nobody knew that, and nobody knew they were going to be great. The 2000 Steelers, yeah, there was a lot of great players, but you didn't consider them great the minute they stepped onto the football field. There was a lot of potential maybe that you thought about was there. But I think the Steelers have a lot of potential that's on this roster right now. I think they have an excellent opportunity to have a fantastic, elite, top 5 offensive line with the amount of crazy high-value draft capital that's been spent into that offensive line and high-value picks that are there. I think they have a real opportunity to be a top 5 offensive line if they get their shit together, if they get their poop in a group, man. And this is one of those years where we're going to start seeing it. But I think if you look at this roster overall, it's one of the better rosters in the NFL. I think it's a top 10 roster for sure, in my eyes. I do. I think they got a lot of good players that have a lot of potential that, in 3 or 4 years, you might be changing your tune and say, man, that 2025 Steelers team, man, they were great. They had a lot of great players. But this 2029 team, they don't got shit, man. They don't got any great players. They only got this one guy, That may be what you say, and I think that's how you have to kind of look at it. Robert Road, Frazier is already a top 3 to 5 center in the NFL. I think he's fantastic, Robert. Absolutely. I think that was, again, the best center in that draft. And many wanted to argue that point, but he definitely is, Robert. Fantastic player, fantastic young man, well spoken, carries himself well. Definitely a solid pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers to anchor that offensive line into the future. I hear you jumping. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm just, guys, I want you to never be discouraged to put comments in. What's up, Alexis B? Peace out, man. I don't want anybody to ever be discouraged and afraid of what I'm going to say to them or anything like that, because I am never, usually, 99% of the time, I'm never lashing back out at somebody and trying to like make them look bad or anything with anything I say. My intentions on what I say usually are just to give other perspectives on what you may think, or just tell you the truth of something that I believe to be true. But I just try to generate those conversations off of your comments and give you a different viewpoint than what maybe you're looking at. Damn, man. Feel like I got a burp. Chugging all this water, bro. I had too many pops today. I've been back on a pop kick. Let's keep going, man. The unmitigated disaster. Tim Hayward is great, one of the best at his position. Cam Hayward, he meant. Sorry. The unmitigated disaster says Cam Hayward is great, one of the best at his position, I would say. Yeah, he's one of the great players, no doubt. You're usually fair and you're entitled to your opinion like everyone else. Absolutely, man. And that's what I want this environment to be for everybody here at Mike Drop Sports. I know some places you go and you talk football. Some people are going to give you a response you ain't going to like. You're going to get clapped back at. They're going to make you look foolish. They're going to act like you're crazy with your comments. I don't want to do that here. Now, some comments, again, there's that 1% of comments that you got to dig in on. But, usually we try to be cool to everybody. Armand, current Steelers, they have 3 or 4 holes, like offensive guard, offensive tackle, cornerback, biggest weak link. But these teams lack the charisma versus 70s, 90s. Yeah, those games were more fun. I agree, Armand. I don't think offensive guard maybe a huge hole after the season once you see another year of Mason McCormick, but I think you'll need to draft one next year, definitely, Armand, because I think Isaac Seumalo's not long in the league. Offensive tackle, I think you're just going to have to see the development of your third-year guy, a guy in Broderick Jones that had a great rookie year. That nobody can argue that. Everybody loved Broad in his rookie year. And he had a tough year in year 2. He had injuries. He had just a tough year, man. But you look at what he's done this offseason, losing 20 pounds. He's there every day. He's busting his ass. He's maybe waking up and becoming a real NFL guy, a real National Football League player. And that's all you can hope from Broad. But you got to give him a chance to develop. An offensive lineman usually don't hit their stride until 3 or 4 years being in the league. That's just usually how it works. Troy Fautanu, we only got to see him in Denver. We didn't really get to see a large sample size of Troy Fautanu. But again, high value draft pick. Mason McCormick, a guy that had no business being out there last year in terms of his draft position. But you know what? Started a bunch of games for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He carries that experience into the 2025 season. And he got better each and every game. And that's only going to, increase his stock for 2025. And again, Zach Frazier's a stud along that offensive line. Cornerback, yeah, Darius Slay is a little bit older, but I feel like he got a year or 2 left in him at playing at a good level. Joey Porter Jr., when he makes big plays, we all call him a superstar. Everybody calls him the Avatar, Big Joey Jr. doing it up. Everybody loves him. And I think Slay's okay. I think Eccles can play inside out, do good things. Maybe another year in the slot developing Beanie Bishop. Maybe that's something better. Corey Trice, maybe he can finally figure out how to stay healthy. I don't think it's, horrible or crazy at the cornerback position. Could they add some pieces? Yeah, that never hurts. You never have too many guys in the quarterback position. But, it is what it is. William Dutton Hayward. I don't know who that is. Cameron Phillip Hayward. Oh, are you talking about Ironhead Hayward? I meant 2026 draft, not now. Oh, okay. I hear you, Armand. You know what you're talking about, man. You've been watching football for a long time, brother. You know what you're talking about. All right, guys. Anything else you want to put in the chat? Make sure you do it real quick because we are about to lock this down. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you. Also, again, I wanted to mention we are at 100 paid subscribers to the Mic Drop Mafia. That is absolutely awesome, and that is a 99 cents contribution each and every month that allows you to help to support our work here at Mic Drop Sports. It is absolutely a fantastic, relatively economical way to help your favorite channels to continue what they do and continue to make the product better and better for you each and every day. Yes, this is fun for me. I love to talk football. Money always comes into play somewhere. So you got to generate a little bit to continue to beef the product up. So we appreciate that so very much. And the likes, the shares, you guys have been amazing. And just simply talking football with me. But we're going to continue to hammer it out. Robert Road will take one last comment here for tonight on Steel City Live. Robert Road says, if Isaac can stay healthy, he could be re-signed if the money isn't crazy. He could be, absolutely. I still think they draft a guard. I definitely do in 2026. Yeah, they definitely can, Robert. I think he's getting a little bit older, and I think they draft guys more for depth than anything. And if you're right, if his price is right, he definitely could be re-signed. But they're not going to pay him an astronomical amount of money to stay, at an advanced age in terms of football player age. But definitely, I agree. If he stays healthy, the price is right, they definitely could do that. No doubt about that. And he could be the answer for several more seasons. And Robert's right. Sometimes linemen play forever, man. So definitely something to keep an eye on. We consider it a hole, or we consider it a possible future hole. And maybe the Steelers, plan ahead, man. And that's all you can hope this football team does. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you again for joining us. And don't forget to join us for our last live show of the week on Friday night here on Steel City Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit before the show. So until next time, my friends, peace.
Power takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a field back block, and that's